Another bank failure, Britney Spears possibly going broke, and Walmart's new Bettergoods brand. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Breck Dumas titled, "Republic First Seizure Signals More Bank Failures to Come, Expert Warns." The author of this article referenced Joseph Lignac, a banking attorney at Dorsey & Whitney, who said, "This bank failure indicates that additional failures will occur and will range between smaller community banks and larger banks." He went on to say, the cause is twofold: higher cost deposits exceeding the yield on low-yield Treasury securities and similar investments held by banks, and the deteriorating commercial real estate market and commercial real estate loans. Well, my friends, here are my thoughts. I could certainly see more bank failures on the horizon. Who knows how exposed some of these banks are to commercial loans? I also wonder how exposed some of these banks are to subprime loans, especially vehicle loans. A lot of people went out and overpaid for vehicles in recent years, and many were in large negative equity positions from day one. That negative equity position is probably a lot worse right now since the market has softened. If we start to see the economy slow and more companies start laying off people, there may be a lot of everyday Americans who can no longer afford their expensive car payments. Some will try to avoid the repo man for as long as possible so they can still have a car. I have to wonder how many people are struggling to make their payments on boats, RVs, motorcycles, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, and jet skis. A lot of people overpaid for these types of toys in recent years also. You'd be amazed at how fast something like an RV depreciates. Some people can no longer afford the payments, but they also can't afford the insurance and maintenance. I know someone who had an RV once, and he had to pay to park it somewhere every month because it wasn't allowed in his driveway because of the neighborhood HOA rules. He eventually filed for bankruptcy, and the $120,000 RV got repossessed. I'm sure the bank took a huge loss on it. I have to wonder how much junk paper these banks are holding right now. When the house of cards blows over for countless Americans, they may take some of the banks down with them. In the past several years, just about anyone with a pulse could get a car loan. A lot of these loans were packaged together into auto asset-backed securities. This should remind you of what was going on prior to the 2008 Great Financial Crisis with collateralized debt obligations in the mortgage industry. I have to wonder if there are multiple ticking time bombs out there in the banking sector. If some of these ticking time bombs go off, there may be no warning. Just like with Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, Signature Bank, and Citizens Bank, and the newest bank, Republic First. What about the big investment banks? Are they still too big to fail? The U.S. government is basically broke. Can they really afford to bail out these big investment banks again? I certainly don't think so. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Apparently, it's not just the U.S. government that is going broke. I read an article today on Yahoo Entertainment, put out by She Knows, and written by Kristen Burt, titled, "Britney Spears' reported dwindling finances are of real concern after end of conservatorship." The author of this article said there are serious concerns about Britney's finances. Apparently, she has been spending money at a furious pace. For example, she spent close to $1 million to go to a resort in French Polynesia and $350,000 to stay in the presidential suite at the Four Seasons in Hawaii. She had $60 million when her conservatorship ended back in 2021, and now she is in danger of going broke. Here are my thoughts. No one knows what is going on in her personal life. Perhaps she is trying to numb some type of pain in her life through spending money. Maybe she is just trying to enjoy the money that she earned earlier in life. I think it is a terrible idea to spend nearly $1 million on a vacation when you have a net worth of $60 million. But I've heard of people who have a negative net worth putting a $5,000 Disney World vacation on their credit card. Some people have interesting priorities. Who knows how relevant Britney Spears will be in the entertainment industry moving forward? If I was in her situation and I had $60 million, I'd want to make sure it would last me the rest of my life. I'd consider the possibility that my highest earning years may be behind me. I certainly wouldn't be going on vacations that cost $1 million. I can have a lot of fun doing simple things in life. I don't need to travel by private jet and stay in presidential suites. But that's just me. If Britney ends up spending all of her money, life may get real. I hope she is able to cope. I read some of the comments beneath this article. One of the commenters said, "It happens to so many." I've heard both MC Hammer and Dee Snider say they never dreamed the money would stop flowing in and were caught by surprise when it did. Meanwhile, Vanilla Ice is richer than ever in spite of not having a hit since the 90s because he was smart enough to predict he wouldn't always be a successful rapper. He spent conservatively and made wise investments. There was a commenter beneath this one who said, "There was a problem and he solved it." I thought that was pretty funny. He's trying to quote from the Ice Ice Babies song. Another commenter said, "She needs to understand budgeting and learning to live within it. Still a great lifestyle with her budget." Well, my friends, I couldn't agree more. She could have a great lifestyle while still living on a budget. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "She should be worth $300 million by now. There's no reason for anyone to spend $1 million on a vacation." I'm happy sitting on a beach lounge chair and drinking a soda. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. There are some Americans who will never know what it is like to have millions of dollars like Britney Spears. They are just trying to scrape by. Apparently, Walmart is trying to help. I read an article on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at Zero Hedge, titled, "Walmart Targets Gen Z with Cheap Private Label Food as Youngsters Struggle in Era of Failed Bidenomics." According to the author, Walmart is launching a new line of cheap store brand groceries for consumers, targeting lost and hopeless youngsters. This private brand is called Bettergoods. Walmart is offering young consumers 300 items, including frozen, dairy, snacks, beverages, pasta, soups, coffee, chocolate, and more. Prices range from under $2 to under $15, with most products available for under $5. Here are my thoughts. I think it is great that Walmart is trying to accommodate American consumers who are struggling financially. I don't think this is limited to young consumers as mentioned by the author. Many Americans are struggling during this period of high inflation. Many get sticker shock when they get to the checkout aisle at the store. This may be why we are hearing about record amounts of credit card debt and people using buy now, pay later loans to afford groceries. I buy groceries at Walmart. I try to buy frozen fruit and vegetables in bulk. This is often cheaper than buying fresh. I also buy a lot of canned vegetables with low salt or no salt. Unfortunately, sometimes the no salt canned items cost a lot more than the options with salt. If you stay away from prepackaged foods and junk food, you can really save some money at Walmart. You may see a lot of people walking around in their pajamas, and you may get bumped into by someone in a scooter with a basket on the front, but that's just part of the Walmart experience. Keep in mind, I'm still driving a 2004 Toyota Camry with over 400,000 miles on it, so I don't mind parking it in the Walmart parking lot. I've parked next to some beat-up vehicles at Walmart in the past, and it's never bothered me because a little more patina on the side of my doors is just going to add more character. Kind of like the weathered leather jacket worn by Indiana Jones. What do you think about Walmart's new private brand? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.